we're back, I suppose, for the moment being. I wanted to come back with something other than a sketchbook tour, but then I was too cowardly. We're working on it. We'll get there. But today I have another sketchbook tour. Sketchbooks have been weird for me during the pandemic. They've taken me approximately 2 billion years longer than usual, and by that I mean this one took me about 5 months? Yeah, just about to the day. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly to the day, 5 months. Because I actually have a secret empty page at the very end. That is a guilty little secret, and I might fill it, and that would make it 5 months to the day. And that would be kind of pleasing. But nonetheless, it's taken me about 5 months to fill it. If anyone's watched my sketchbook tours for a while, you might remember the fun little tidbit that it used to take me like 2 months to fill a sketchbook that was like absolutely ridiculous thickness. They were like 100 pages. I mean, that's like a normal thickness, but not for 2 months. That's absurd. Nonetheless, it's been taking me a really long time to fill them, and that means that there's less videos. And also, I think there's like a missing sketchbook in between that I didn't film, but I might be wrong. But it might not be. There must be, because the last one I filmed was a CalArts sketchbook I did last year. Nonetheless, you guys don't care. You might, but I don't care. I don't care that you care, but I do care. Nonetheless. This is the front page. I always have a little list of goals, and this one basically is just like I bound this sketchbook all by myself. It's a sketchbook that I made. It's just a Coptic stitch. It's a little bit loose, a little bit silly. It shifts around a lot. And I made it out of Canson mixed media paper because I accidentally bought a book that was like way too big that I would never really use. I used it for a couple like paintings up at the front, and then I never really used it again. And so I made it out of that Canson XL mixed media sketchbook because I really like that paper. Cut it up, turned it into this, folded everything in half, sewed it together. It's set. And it's just got cardboard on the front. This is too much about the front. That's okay. That's okay. You want to see the sketchbook. Oh, let's keep that in frame. This is a couple pages on Elliot and Marlin just playing around with their design. They're a little bit same body shape here, same face, same body. And their faces are a little different, but their body shape is pretty similar in these. They don't usually have the same body shape, but I think I accidentally drew Marlin bigger than Elliot, so they look about the same. And then we did some gouache painting, just playing around with color and layering things on top of each other. It's got I have a metallic pencil, and I really like layering it on top of gouache. I really want to do that more. And I don't know. I did a lot of sketching Elliot and stuff. This is from my supervisor at work. He gave me this. He made it, and he gave it to me, and it's mine. Yeah, but this is Elliot and Marlin. I'm not sure if those sketches are too light. They might be. That's okay. I inked in the faces. That's all you really need. Just practicing having them interact, but I'm a little bit cowardly on that lately. I'm trying to learn. I want a comic, but I don't know how to do it. We'll work on it. And we got some more Joan and more Joan. Joan is so powerful in this one. I really like that drawing of Joan specifically. Yeah, and this is a little bit more trying to get the silhouettes of them. Elliot and Marlin are still looking really samey there. Again, with a light sketch. This is Alexander. Just trying to push around, he's my LARP character. He's been a child for a really long time. Not really a child, but he's been babied for a really long time because I joined LARP really young, and I am a little baby. But I wanted to play around with trying to draw him just feeling a little bit older and a little bit more masculine, a little bit more powerful, because that's what I want to get to just for my own personal genders and my desire to not be a little tiny baby, but also just because it's fun. It's fun stuff. And then I have more designs for his coat. Oh, no, not coat. This is still Gambison. I want to give him armor because he's in a little bit of trouble. Having a little bit of a time. He's a little bit dead. And so there's a lot of drawings of him in here because I was a little bit fixated on how he's a little bit super dead. If you want to know more about that, ask. I'll tell you. But we'll try to keep it a little bit on the topic of sketchbooks right now. Here we have, this was like the first observational drawing I did in literally a year. That's not entirely true, but it's like the first one I did at a table looking at someone drawing normally, a more normal drawing. Nonetheless. And then we have Adelaide and her wife, Noor. They are beautiful, and I love them, and I want to draw them more. I really like this page of them. Really feeling out Noor and getting a sense for how Adelaide's posture feels. Stuff like that. We got more Elliot. We got more Marlin. I really like this sketch. It's like there's nothing there, but there's everything there. I can see what I was trying to do, and so I want to redraw it. But it's Elliot and a character named Gentleman Luck, who I've been playing with. He is basically a... what's the word? Whatever. There's a trope for the kind of character that kind of comes in and shows the main character, like, the magical world and stuff like that. And that's basically his role in the story, is just, like, giving a closer tie to the magical world of, what's the name of that world? I know my comic is named Cycles, at least in the working order, and then we've combined it with my brother's universe, Aliferis, but I don't think we have an actual name for the world that it takes place in. That's fine. Maybe we should give some backstory. I'm writing a comic. I'm writing a webcomic, and if you haven't seen any of my videos before, then that's new. But it's called Cycles currently, and the main characters are Elliot and Joan and Marlin, and it's about how they live in a 1920s-ish magical fantasy world, and Marlin is like a runaway prince turning into a horrible magic monster, and it's about their hijinks running away from the government and trying to repair the damage done to the universe. You know, basic fantasy nonsense things. These are some more life drawings of my two supervisors at my job. I think this was my first day there. And I was really... my first day at my job was basically... some of the first time I'd been out of my house during the pandemic, so it was very weird. But it's been pretty good since. We got more Elliot. I really like this, like, kind of pushing his hair a little bit longer, giving him a little bit more feminine energy. Like, he used to have really long hair into my drawings, and then I shortened it up to give him a more boyish 1920s look, and it didn't really work. It gave me good things, but I kind of want to pull a little bit more back. I also really like this Joan. This Joan specifically is my favorite, not Marlin. And then there's a really light sketch here where he looks kind of like concept sketches of Pearl Steven Universe, and I kind of love that energy. I want to pull that in. We got some little crayon drawings of Marlin and his funny green skin, some more just life drawing sketches covered in gunk from my crayon. Yeah, these are from Nuts. Nice. This was like a gouache portrait study. Just found a Pinterest image I liked. He looks very menacing. He looks very frightful. And some blank contours of cars because I was sitting after my job and being very bored, waiting to get picked up. These are life drawings from fighter practice at LARP fighter practice. I really want to do that more. I'm going to try to do that weekly, and this is one of my coworkers now, Zulema, and some more sketches. I had 2 jobs over the summer, and I quit one of them, but during that one, all I would do is like space out and think about LARP costuming, and it was a lot of good thinking time. But that's not what I wanted to be doing on a job. I wanted to be doing my job on a job. We've got more Marlin here, some big old faces. I really liked playing with, these are just watercolor, but kind of used as ink. And I really liked playing with that. It gave me some really bold, silly lines. Not as if, it's not like I really need any aid on making bold, silly lines. But I guess it gave me bold, silly, concise lines, because I tend to do more. It feels a little bit less solid than these almost feel. I don't know. Which is, I just like drawing Marlin, making him do different faces. I really like how his face expresses. These are some designs for bug-shaped pronoun pins, and I really like those. I really want to make them, I want to produce them, but I don't have the funds for it right now. I kind of want to try to do a Kickstarter for it, but that's like a whole can of worms, and I don't really know how to do a Kickstarter. We'll find out, though. I might try, the current plan is to try to start a shop to get, and sell, to start a shop, sell little prints and things. Just littler stuff that takes less startup than like printing enamel pins, to get that startup cost for the pins and funds and stuff. So we might try that, but I've been trying that for months and I haven't managed to put things together enough to do that. So we'll see. Yeah, those are some more Elliot's, trying to pull down his hair a little bit. That's not Elliot. Like, that's Elliot, but he looks wrong. Oh, that Joan is cute. I like that face. That's adorable. And I like that angle, too. That angle, like, it's not quite there, but I really like, I like the angle I drew it at. That one's cute. Yeah. These are some more little life drawings, faint in the background, more Adelaide and Noor. Oh, I like that face. And that one. Yeah, these are good. And there are some really light sketches for a children's book I'm working on. I'm currently working on 2, and by currently working on, I mean I'm dying. I don't have any time management skills, and I don't know what I'm doing. This is turning everything extremely red. Like, this is already a red page, but that's vibrant. Hot diggity. Okay. These weren't finished, but they're there. There's like a half-finished Marlin character sheet here, and then I finished it digitally because I got sick of working on it here. But starting it traditionally actually really helped me. That was good. These are some more life drawings. I really like these. These are adorable. That's exactly what I want the characters to look like. She looks like a menace. I love that lady. And that looks like Elliot. These are some notes on a lecture I was taking. These are just explorations of like cool bearded men on Pinterest. I was having a good time doing some study. Mostly they're just like they sit in my gender envy board and I look at them longingly, but then I was like, maybe Gentleman Luck looks a little bit like that. And so I justified doing some studies of them for Gentleman Luck. And then there's this little guy. I think I'm going to change up his silhouette. I feel like the big, like lanky and the big boxy is a little overused, especially for a kind of chaotic, flamboyant character like this. I want to play out with something a little more unexpected, but also expected is good sometimes. It lets you tell who a show it lets you explain who a character is without fast. This is a page of little drawings. These are from the zoo with Ryan, and this is from a Zoom lecture as well. But these are all snakes and reptiles because I went on an adventure to zoo with Ryan and Declan, and it was wonderful. Ryan joined us for like the first half of the day, and that's when I did all of my drawing because we're both artists. And that's him. And then we have like all of the creatures we saw. I really like this little guy, and I like his little eyes, and this tortoise dude. Wow! Oh, this is shiny. I wonder where I got that. This is a study, well, half a study, of a skeleton they had up for display. He's a alligator crocodile? I'm not sure. Well, I like his shapes, though. I really like drawing birds, especially that day. I would have sat in the bird sanctuary for, like, hours if I could. I did these in, like, 10, 15 minutes we were there. And I just love their shapes. I like how they move and how they hop. They're adorable. And then we got some giraffes. I love that guy. Yeah, these are fun. These must be from work. I must be collecting them from work. Let's put that there. We got some flamingos, and I think a rhinoceros over here. And whatever this bird is. Oh, I remember this guy. I don't remember what he was, but he stood and he did with his wings. He was very menacing, and he like tried to scare off other people that walked up, but he was super interested in my sketchbook. That's a porcupine, and we got a tiger and a little fennec fox and some ongoers watching. I really like that one. It's like really simple and I like it. I always really like the shape of children's heads. They're so big and so silly. And we got Declan. Ooh, puppets. I loved those puppets. Those were good puppets. We got more birds there. Yeah, and that's the end of that zoo saga. We got more Marlin playing out with a some more designs of him as the Prince Royal, whatever I want to end up calling that position, before he is Marlin, when he's Marcion. I guess he still has a name there. Yeah, more Marlin, more life drawings, these. Yeah, more life drawings here of just my coworkers whenever we had downtime. Ooh, and playing with some designs for a funky coat I want to make for myself. I guess it would be a jacket. It's nice and close fitted. I guess it would be a jacket. And like some Marlin stuff. Huge page full of just constructions for heads, especially Elliot's, because I never know how to draw Elliot's head. I've gone through so many phases on how I draw it, and I never seem to get it. I've really stuck the landing on Marlin's, but I lose it on Elliot's. This page kind of ended in success. Like, I figured out how to do these. Like, if you start from a box, it all works. But I'm still working on it with him. And then these are more thumbnails for another children's book I'm working on, which I'm really, really, really excited about, but I haven't been able to work on in a bit. These are more fun things. That's Elliot and another potential gentleman luck. And then playing with these, but I think it makes him look too, I don't know, it doesn't make him look right. These are concepts for the VTuber design I want to make. I just want a little guy. I just want to be a little guy on here. I want something that still feels like me, so I don't feel like I look drastically different when I actually show my face. But still is weird and fun and silly, and I can have when I don't want to be recording my face, but I still want to be expressive. Because I think it's kind of clear from my voice that I am a very expressive person. You kind of need the expressions to get the full vibe of what I'm doing. But nonetheless, this is a character named Lettle Lansbury Lily Azalel Axelan. They're another LARP character, but they're an NPC this time. They are the ringmaster of a Fae circus, and I'm in love with them. I get to play them, and I'm so excited. I just can't wait to be a menace to society. I think some of my other sketchbooks have sketches of them as well, but they're really old iterations. These are some more little life drawings. These as well. These are, oh, I got an ink pen, like a dip ink pen, and I'm really happy with it. It's a lot of fun. I should play with it in here more. Oh, I remember why I didn't. This paper, the Kansas Mixed Media paper tends to be kind of toothy, and so it wasn't very fun with, like, my nice dip pen. It's much better for gouache and watercolor than it is dip pens or yeah, stuff like that. Let's see. Got some more attempts at life drawing. We got a Marlin I really like the depth of his eyes in, and some dragons to play with for a central theme in the comic is the monster of Moyer, and I don't have any good designs for him, so those are explorations there. And these are exploring, Joan has a twin sister, and I don't know what she looks like yet, and so this was kind of exploring that, how they would look together. Super rough, but, and then playing more with their body shape. This is another drawing of my coworker. It's some more Alexander, playing with his new design. He's got some big silly sleeves and a corset now, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm excited to keep working on the upgrades there because I didn't get it all finished for our first game back. Some more life drawing, kind of all around. That really, really works. That's very recognizable if you know the guy this is. Oh, and I liked that guy. And I really like playing with these borders. This one's super sketchy, but I want to make a more refined version of it later. Because I'm having a lot of fun with the illustrative borders. But I haven't figured out how to incorporate them into my actual illustrations yet. But that's also because I don't do illustrations very often. We got more Joan, just playing with how I wanted to do like show off Elliot, Joan, and Marlin at like level 0, level 2, level 5, and level 10 in like D&D terms to show how they progress, and that might give me a better sense of what their story would be, how to show their story, stuff like that. And so this was kind of half of an attempt at doing Joan at level 5-ish. This one specifically with the pointed hat and the little capelet here and kind of a more military front style jacket, I guess. Because basically she's going to be a wonderful mage and use that for a little bit more combative power than the other characters do. And then this was kind of walking back from the image I got from this into a kind of level 1, level 2 design. A little more soft, a little more, yeah, just a little more incompetent. Not as solid in herself. And then these are designs for the foam smithing I want to do. I'm going to be working on some new LARP weapons in October. And I'm really excited about it. I'm going to start with the dagger or swords with some wiggly tops. Just because there are more tutorials for daggers and swords than there are brooms. Wanting to build a broom is kind of insane, but we're doing it anyway. And I think, like, my first broom turned out pretty darn good for having literally never foam smith before. But I'm hoping that the second iteration will turn out better and will actually pass safety because my last one had a faulty core and couldn't be hit with. It could in safe, not LARP situations, but not in the chaos of actual game. I'm also going to add so much more detail on it. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I'm not sure you can tell, but I'm really excited. And I might try to make some videos or short snippets of me working on them, just to share. These are thumbnails for a commission I did. And then these are more life drawings. I'm trying really hard to get back into life drawing because my next sketchbook is probably going to get submitted to CalArts again, and you probably need to have a lot of life drawing in it, and I really don't remember how to do it. But this profile looks good. That's good at least. Comfort. I'm always thinking about Sherlock Holmes. That's the fun little trick there. I really like how these turned out. They're basically just, I sketched in pencil, like, super loosely, just like where the head would be, and not really the placement of eyes and stuff, just where the head would be, no details. And then I went over where you see all of the dark lines with a water-soluble pen. Like, I think it was, I think it was this one. It's just like it's equivalent to a Crayola marker in that it's water-soluble and nice and chunky. And then I went over it with a water pen. Do I have a water pen to show? I do not. Not today. But it's basically a little tube of water connected to a brush head. And I just used the ink on the page to watercolor. And it was really fun. It gave a really nice, subtle, painterly effect. It didn't work too well on this one, but these ones were really lovely. And I didn't do any reference, I was just drawing faces that came to my head. And so I'm really baffled that they turned out so nicely. Got more Joan, that's more showing off what I had right here, like what was in my head with that one. And LARP planning, stuff like that. Designing some silly looking shoes. And these are Halloween costume ideas and just like little sketches of what I think they would look like. Another design for that VTuber, their little outfit. I think this is the outfit you're actually going to end up seeing on this channel. And some more clothing designs for me. Oh, hello. Oh, this is the sketch I was going to give to Britt. Whoopsie. That'll get to Britt someday. We'll leave it in here for now. But we got more Alexander, more borders, and some half-finished attempts at a floor plan for potency. I really need to practice doing buildings and props. This was trying to do some thoughts on more plot points for cycles. One of the monster of Moyer kind of steals people's faces and creates these little constructs that are only made out of the face, like other. To the naked eye, they would look like a nice normal person, but if you're like tuned to the right frequency, you can see that they're just a mass of shambling void with a crystal clear face on them. And I need to figure out how to convey the fun body horror energy that I want it to have. I don't know how to draw it yet, but we'll learn. This is more Alexander, this is for his coat, and these are just different color concepts for what I was going to do with the main outfit. Playing around with his belt, more life drawing. Yeah, there's a lot of the same goddamn stuff in this. Just like my sketchbooks are not always pretty. They're really just 99% iterating on the same ideas I have in my head all the time. And that's that. But I like these life drawings a little bit more than usual. Especially this one. I like the form I got in his head and the collar and things. Got more Marlin. These are all life drawings. Yeah. I'm trying to incorporate it into my schedule to just like sit at Starbucks during my lunch break so I can actually draw people, because that's where I can chill the best. I don't have people to talk to. I just have time to sit and draw. So I really like some of these. And these are more of that, but a sparser page. We got more Marlin, a little self-portrait, just playing with color on top of this. What is this? This is a black tempera, the egg paint, tempera, paint marker. Like, it's more of a paint crayon. Yeah, it's a paint crayon. I really like it. It's really fun to use. And I just use it to blacken color sometimes, and then I'll paint on top of it. I really like this sketch of Marlin. There's something to it. I think I like the structure. Both of these. Yeah, there's good stuff in there. These as well. I might go back here and paint something just to use the space. I think that's what it was left for. Got some more Elliot. This is too sharp and too old for Elliot. But this one's soft and round and silly. These are cute. And that Marlin. Playing with some more pen sketches. These Elliots, I think I like a lot. He looks a little more Edwardian, like a soft Edwardian. Like if you took the pretty Edwardian Gibson girls, but you made him kind of a femme-leading man, boy. And I really like that soft, silly energy for him. And I like that one as well. Yeah, and then we got some Alexander playing around with cross-hatching more. I'm not sure if you can see that. But I wanna hone some of my more traditional drawing skills, like cross-hatching and nice line weights and building up tones with layers. Because I really just skipped straight into drawing with marker pen because I consumed so much CalArts sketchbook content over the years and all of those tips. I don't really have traditional drawing background. It's just wannabe animation student background, which is what I am. That's the life I lead. Got some more life drawing here. I really like how this one turned out. It doesn't feel very realistic, but it also does. It has a good energy to it. It feels stylized but observational. These two Elliots are cute. And then I went to LARP and it was wonderful. Oh, I do need to come back to these pages a little bit more. We got more Elliot playing around with his expressions. Another life drawing. I like that guy. And then I gave up over here, but we're gonna pretend that's fine. More Elliot, more Marlin, they're dancing. I think, yeah, it was a Lane Decker study. And then playing with the shapes of how Elliot and Joan look together. More Elliot, more Marlin, a little bit of Adelaide. I don't like that one. But that's okay. We can draw another. This is one of my coworker again, a different coworker. And again, half-heartedly trying to do some more traditional drawing things. Hatching and just nice forms. I don't know. I want to figure that out. And then these are just like playing around with like listing off. I want to make some stationery specifically for LARP, like funny little stationery with borders and stuff. These are some life drawings from Disneyland, and that's my brother. He's looking good. I really like these two drawings, especially this one. I want to draw, ooh, my hair is in the shot. We don't want that. I want to try to draw my characters in the same space more, because I feel like that's what I lack the most over my entire artistic career. I do a lot of just characters standing, doing like this, like these two, like these three, just standing, doing their thing, being themselves, but not really living. And I feel confident in saying I'm pretty good at drawing a nice character standing by themselves, looking like themselves. But I clam up when I try to draw people together. I don't feel like I'm bad at it. I like what I get a lot of the time when I do draw people together. But I think it's a fear of the moment I don't like how it turns out. And that blocks me from doing it more, which means that I will not like it more because I don't have practice. It's a lovely little cycle I've caught myself in. And then I think I was just rushing to finish the sketchbook. We got some sketches of Nepenthes. I'm going to do more of those later. And we got some Joan here. I really like that one. It's adorable. And I like that yelling Marlin. And then these are all really cute. And this is the secret blank page. And that's the end of the sketchbook. Goodbye! Now I get to start the next one. Oh, I can't take out the next one to show you because it's on top of... Ah!